Storytime here from your girl Amy. Okay, this is a story about the time that I took two medications that supposedly you can't take together. It was Seroquel and Robitussin. Okay, this was back last year when I was in 12th grade. I wasn't feeling good, so I decided to take some Robitussin along with my Seroquel. I didn't think anything was gonna happen, because they're two different types of medicines. But supposedly, because both of them can make you sleep, it affected how I acted and everything. And so I took it. I got in the car, started going to school. Those lights starts looking like doubled, fuzzy, and just straight up bull. I got to school. I felt like I was drunk. Kept wobbling everywhere. Can't talk right. Couldn't stand straight. I was just everywhere. And I sat down, and my friend beside me, she kept saying, "Amy, what's wrong?" I said, "I don't know." I'm sitting there stuttering a little bit. I'm thinking, like, I don't know what's wrong. All I know is that I feel bad, look bad, and bad. And I stood up to turn my papers in because the bell rang and it was time to go to the next period. And I never made it. I stood up, and as soon as I stood up to walk a couple feet to turn in my paperwork, I passed out on the ground and went unconscious for a few minutes. The next thing I know, the clinic lady was next to me on my right. I had most of the principals on my left. I had the officer in front of me trying to figure out what just happened to me. I don't know what happened to me. At the time, I didn't know those two medicines wasn't allowed to go together. I didn't know that. So, as experience, if you don't know those medications don't go together, please talk to your doctor first. That's what my big mistake was. So the next thing I know, I wake up and I'm asking what just happened, and the clinic lady says, "You just passed out, and the paramedics are on their way." I'm thinking, paramedics on the way for what? Like, what just happened? And I'm freaking out. I don't know what happened. I just feel flushed and hot, and I don't feel good. And paramedics came. These two heavy firefighters lifted me up off the ground and put me on the wheelchair. I mean, on the stretcher, and I got my blood pressure taken and all that taken, and I was okay. I was already feeling nauseous and dizzy and everything from I don't even know God knows what, and I had to go down the elevator to go down to the first floor to get to the ambulance, and that was an experience of my life. I'm gonna tell you. And so I got in the ambulance. They tried to draw blood or put an IV in me. And they keep a monitor on me, and I kept going in and out, in and out, in and out. I didn't know what was happening to me. I just didn't feel right. First time in my whole life I ever felt so fucking drunk, but without getting any alcohol in my system. I was alcohol free. And so I get to the hospital, and they said restrictions are, you can't go to the bathroom. If you have to go to the bathroom, we have to put you on a bedpan or put a catheter in you. So I tried the catheter. Worst mistake of my life. Worst mistake of my life. Don't ever get a catheter. I'm telling you, it's uncomfortable. Don't feel good. 7 to 8 hours later, I get released because they telling me that all it was because I was dehydrated. Well, I've been dehydrated before, and I've never experienced this kind of thing before. But I knew on top of my head it was because I mixed those two medications by accident together. It really was an accident. I didn't know those medications kind of go together. I wasn't feeling good. I had a cold. I was trying to get rid of it. And I was already on the medication, Seroquel. I didn't figure that putting those two medications together would have caused me to look like I was drunk or high or off the chart. I was just crazy. Like, blood work, test after test after test. I had a test where I had to sit up, lay down, and stand up to check my blood pressure. It was perfect basically every time. So I got discharged 8 hours later because they said that it was dehydration. I never told the doctors that I took the medications together because I figured that if I said that, something bad was going to happen. You know, I could have been honest with them, but I just chose not to. Sometimes in life, you have to be honest, but sometimes it's not a good thing. And that was a good time. I was just scared out of my mind. I didn't know what was going to happen. Alright, everybody, and just thank you for watching. If you liked my video, please comment down below, like and subscribe to Amy Sign, okay? Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.